Buenas noches, damas y caballeros. Before we call it a night, syempre nag-promise ako sa inyo na bibigyan ko kayo ng update dito sa aksyon ni Sara Duterte. Isang aksyon which tends to show na talagang in panic mode na siya. In panic mode na siya. Nagpapanik na si Sara Duterte at takot na takot siya kay Ramil Madriaga. At pinatulan niya ito. Pinalilan niya ito ng kaso ng perjury. Na alam naman natin ay almost useless. Kasi the guy is facing a kidnapping case na inimbento nila Harry Roque sa pagkidnap daw ng mga Chinese. So ito minor crime lang ito, kahit sabihin natin ma-convict pa si Madriaga sa perjury. Minor lang 'yan. Hindi pa at habang may kaso pa siya sa kidnapping, di umano, dalawang Chinese pa, hindi talaga siya makakalabas ng kulungan. Pero kahit alam ni Sara Duterte useless lang ito at futile action, pero ginagawa niya ito para takutin si Madriaga para huwag mag-testify sa Kongreso sa impeachment hearing ng Justice Committee. Yun sabi ko sa inyo, yan ng impyerno ni Sara Duterte. Bago pa yan umabot sa Senado, meron na tayong preview. Kumbaga, bago pa umabot pa sa trial sa Senado, may preview na tayo sa Justice Committee kung saan isa sa ipapatawag ay si Madriaga na isa sa mga malaking witness ng mga nag-file ng impeachment complaints at na-endorse nila Leila de Lima. So this is obviously an attempt to stop Madriaga from testifying sa Kongreso. So this shows she's really afraid. She's panicking. Hindi na niya alam kung anong gagawin niya. Alam nyo, kami sa PR world, sa world of propaganda and public relations, meron kami tinatawag na let sleeping dogs lie. Kumbaga, hayaan mo na lang yan. Yung kumbaga, kung natutulog naman yan ng aso o useless na bagay yan, huwag mo na pansinin. Kasi ganito yan, di ba? Tayo, for the longest time, meron tayong company na ang tawag Dean & Kings at ako ang President and CEO dyan. Meron tayong mga client na from mga bilyonaryo, na mga may-ari ng mga korporasyon, and then mga politiko. Yung iba nito, pikon na pikon sa mga issues, sa mga negative issues. Kaya tayo nag-a-advise for example, Mr. President, wag mo na patulan yan. Kasi yan newspaper na yan, ang circulation niyan mga 30,000 lang, mga 20,000. Kung hindi naman totoo, wag mo nang palakihin yan, issue na yan. Mamamatay rin yan. Hayaan nyo lang. Kumbaga, choose your battles, Mr. President. Piliin mo kung ano lang issue papatulan mo o hindi. Kaya tingnan nyo si President Bongbong Marcos, hindi lahat ng issue sinasagot niya. Hindi lahat ng issue pinapatulan niya. Pinipili niya kung ano lang issue sasagutin, papatulan. So, ganyan yung tamang attitude. Hindi yung kahit noon time sa amin, wala pang social media, ang kinakausap namin yung mga broadcaster, mga TV personalities, mga radio personalities, mga newspaper personalities. So, pero pinipili namin kung meron man na napakaliit na dyaryo, hayaan na lang. Napakaliit na radyo, hayaan niya lang. Kahit araw-arawin niya tayo, kukunti lang ang viewership niyan. So pareho rin ngayon, kung maliit na vlogger lang or mga wala pang 10,000 yung channel, hayaan mo na lang. Huwag mo na pansinin yan, ganyan. Kasi you cannot fight all your battles unless Unless yung kliyente pikon na talaga at nagpapanik na. Pero kung kami, i-advise namin, hindi lahat ng issue dapat patulan mo unless nagpapanik na. So nakikita ko as an expert on political campaign, political strategy, propaganda, and crisis management, ang nakikita ko dito sa aksyon ni Sara, this shows na she's in a panic mode. May last ditch effort siya para pigilan si Ramil Madriaga to testify against her sa Justice Committee hearing, which she knows na kung magte-testify si Madriaga, malaking damage mabibigyan ng testimony ni Madriaga sa political plans ni Sara Duterte. Kumbaga, maraming kahit mga DDS, we believe may mga matatalino pa naman sa mga DDS at marami rin mga ngayon 50-50 pa whether to vote for Sara o hindi, ay magbabago na talagang isip kung makikita nila yung testimony ni Madriaga. So, to me, this action ni Sara shows she's really in panic and maybe may katotohanan itong sinasabi ni Madriaga. Otherwise, hindi siya magpapanik ng ganyan. So, panoorin natin itong kaganapan kanina.
Si Attorney Paolo Panelo ang magsasalita. Ako?
Ay, konti lang para sa
Biro mo, siya mismo nag-file, siya mismo ang pumunta para mag-file. Pwede naman gawin niya ng lawyer niya.
Ayoko mag-statement. Hindi na ako mag-statement kasi
Gusto niya, by filing perjury charges, gusto niya isipin natin na hindi totoo, kaya perjury sa pagsisinungaling. Pero the more kami sa mga expertise sa communication and public relation and crisis management, ang dating sa amin, nagpapanik siya at alam niya totoo yung sinasabi ni Madriaga. Kaya she has to come out and sue him.
hindi na nag-statement. Hindi na nagsalita. Babae.
konti lang po.
Reaction lang po sa house.
Ako naman sabi na sa ongoing na
Okay, for the longest time, the Vice President has been content to just deny the allegations against her and to wait for the proper forum to answer the charges.
Anak ata ito ni Panelo eh.
She believes that there are more important things to do for the country. So she focused her energies on serving the Filipino people and focus.
So wala siya gumawa ng aksyon ng ganyan noon kasi akala siguro niya mapapatay nila Rufus yung impeachment, hindi ma-declare sufficient in form and substance. Ngayon nakikita na niya na papunta na ito sa hearing sa Committee on Justice, kaya yun gumagalaw na rin siya pailalim
on her duties and obligations as Vice President and as erstwhile Secretary of Education, as well as her duties to her family as mother and daughter. But today marks a turning point as she has embraced her responsibility to continue the tapang and malasakit in Philippine government. She has also accepted her duty to hold accountable those who spread lies and misinformation, to curb the will of the electorate, and to propagate themselves in power at the people's expense. So gaya nga ng sabi niya, hindi pwedeng walang managot. So that's why today she filed a criminal complaint for perjury.
Tingnan mo, sabi niya nakuha rin siya, nababahala rin siya sa political career niya. So, ibig sabihin, more of political movie to dahil alam niya, damaging sa kanya yung testimony ni Madriaga sa House hearing.
To curb the will of the electorate and to propagate themselves in power at the people's expense. So, gaya nga ng sabi niya, hindi pwedeng walang managot. So, that's why today, she filed a criminal complaint for perjury against Ramil Madriaga, arising from the malicious and false statements of Ramil Madriaga in his affidavit dated November 29, 2025. So, anong nakalagay sa complaint affidavit? Pinapatunayan dito sa complaint affidavit na hindi magkakilala si VP Sara at itong si Ramil Madriaga. Wala silang personal o professional na relasyon. At hindi rin totoo yung mga kwento ni Ramil Madriaga tungkol sa mga posisyon niya sa PSG, sa VP-SPG, sa DepEd at sa OVP. Kaya imposible yung pinaparatang niya laban kay VP Sara. So we are confident that this is more than sufficient to for the prosecutors to find probable cause and to determine that there is reasonable certainty of conviction. VP Sara was accompanied today by 5 witnesses, including 2 former PSG commanders who have testified that they don't know any Ramil Madriaga that served in the PSG. She also with her today was Colonel Raymond Lachica, the former commander of the VP-SPG, the Vice Presidential Security and Protection Group. Also with her was Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Nolasco, who was the...
Yan, yung dalawa, ang bagman, yung chief bagman. Kumbaga, utusan na bagman lang ito si Madriaga, pero yung talaga dalawa, si Nolasco at Lachica. Siyempre, magte-testify yun na hindi nila kilala si Madriaga kasi kumita rin sila, guilty rin sila. Niloloko mo kami, attorney, ha? Mana ka talaga sa tatay mo, ha?
Security officer for the DepEd as well as the deputy group commander for the VP-SPG. Also here with us as a witness is Attorney Reynold Monsayak, former OVP spokesperson, and Miss Ana Magnaye, an events organizer based in Davao City. Apart from those 2, we also have as additional witnesses former PSG Commander Major General Jose Niembra, as well as Assistant Special Prosecutor Ryan Kilala.
Sir, is the
So, halos lahat ng witnesses kumita rin, di umano, sa pagnanakaw ni Sara Duterte sa Office of the Vice President at sa DepEd. Kaya syempre, magte-testify yun laban kay Madriaga. At sasabihin, hindi na kilala si Madriaga.
bothered because the affidavit of Madriaga is included in the impeachment complaint?
No, I think this is a perfect opportunity to show to the people how politically motivated these impeachment complaints are, because they are based on a worthless testimony from an untrustworthy source like Madriaga. It shows that the complainants and those pushing for the impeachment did not fact check or did a background check on Madriaga and his claims, and that's why they claim that his testimony is the smoking gun, quote unquote, for the impeachment against VP Sara. So yun ang pinapatunayan nun. At masaya kami na maipapakita na namin finally sa tao na kung gaano ka politically motivated itong mga impeachment complaint na ito.
Pero sir, is siya willing na humarap umattend doon sa impeachment hearings si VP Sara?
I can't answer that. It's best to ask Attorney Poa, but there's a procedure.
So in short, inuunahan na nila, sinisiraan na nila si Madriaga. Kung gusto nyo talaga siraan si Madriaga, paapiran nyo yan. Si Nolasco, si La Chica, at si Munsayap, at yung iba pa, mga kernel-kernelan dyan. Paapir nyo sa Kongreso. Masaya yan. Masaya yan. Hindi kayo dyan kayo sa mga walang ang liit ng kaso na yan, perjury. Ang liit ng kaso na yan.
In the House Justice Committee na susundin, so antayin na lang natin na masunod yung proseso na.
Sir, but why now? Because the affidavits po parang lumutang to, I think last year, at least December last year. So parang it took 3 months for you to file a perjury complaint. So others might just ask na baka na-timing doon sa impeachment dahil kasama
Tama.
na doon sa mga
Good question.
pinasa ng mga complainant. So why now?
So,
Why now?
Hindi naman siya talaga priority ni VP. Ang priority ni VP Sara is magserbisyo. So that's why natatagalan. Medyo may katagalan na rin niyang gusto i-file to, pero priorities get in the way, of course. Pero napapanahon na. Lalo na may impeachment para malaman na ng taong bayan na yes, VP Sara's camp has said that they will address the charges head-on in the impeachment proceedings. But here we are, apart from the impeachment proceedings, we're confronting this head-on by holding Ramil Madriaga accountable. Kasi,
Kung talagang may walang basis yung mga sinasabi ni Madriaga, hindi talaga siya naging PSG, bakit inintay nyo na lang sana? This is your opportunity to clear Sara by attending the Justice Committee hearing. Pero ang ginagawa ay siguro hindi kayo mag-attend doon, inunahan nyo na lang dito. Kaya nag-press con kayo kaagad. Kasi timing today na bumoto na may sufficient in substance at papunta na doon sa hearing proper, saka kayo nag-file. So, very suspect yung timing. At klarong-klaro, hindi pulido ang trabaho nyo.
VP Sara is done playing this game with her enemies on their terms. So, this is us bringing the fight to them. Kasi kapag napatunayan na may perjury dito si Madriaga, syempre kulong yun. Dahil criminal case ito.
Sir, so legally, how do... Sorry.
Kulong daw nakakulong na nga sa bikutan. Ano ka ba, attorney? Ang galing mo talaga. Manang-mana ka sa tatay mo.
Legally, sir, how will this affect the impeachment complaints? Kasi yun po yung sinasabi nilang bagong ebidensya dito sa mga final ngayong 2026. So, how will this be affected?
Well, the filing itself shouldn't affect it because these pieces of evidence are not yet submitted to the House Justice Committee. But I think in time, these same documents and evidence will be presented to the House Justice Committee when VP Sara is asked to file her answer. So our guess is that this will shatter the impeachment complaints if they're relying on the Madriaga affidavit for merit.
Sir Attorney, I just want to ask, you mentioned that VP Sara does not know who Ramil Madriaga is.
Yes.
But Attorney Palad, Madriaga's legal counsel said the Vice President visited him twice, even offering a help for his case related to kidnapping. May we get an information about that?
So that's already debunked by Secretary John Vic Remulla himself. VP Sara never visited Ramil Madriaga in jail or anywhere else, and she has no reason to visit him.
Sir, other additional...
Okay, so sige. Kita-kita na lang tayo, kita-kits. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, di ba? Tama talaga yung angulo natin. Hindi ang malaking news ngayon na nakita na o binoto na ng 54 congressman sufficient in substance. The bigger implication dyan, tuloy-tuloy ng takbo ng train papunta doon sa hearing proper. At dyan sa hearing proper, lalabas na yan lahat. Kaya alam rin yan ni Sara. Kaya inunahan na nila, sinisiraan na nila si Madriaga. Hindi lang yan, lalabas pa yung mga unlocked documents, bank documents, COA reports, lahat yan lalabas. Sa masaya talaga ito. Wrong move. Dito nakikita na natin wrong move talaga yung Supreme Court na sabi nila na hindi pwede i-shortcut. Dumaan muna sa Justice Committee. So kahit mabagal, pero at least sa Court of Public Opinion, not in the Court of Law, but the Court of Public Opinion, kung saan dyan ang expertise ni Bad. Sa Court of Public Opinion, durog na siya. Sa Court of Public Opinion, kung nagsimula na yan hearing ng Justice Committee, kung saan iimbestigahan testify na sila Madriaga at ibang mga key personalities na may mga records sa COA, sa mga bangko, dyan na masisira si Sara Duterte. So yan. And we will be monitoring that, and we will be here to explain things to you. So hanggang dito muna tayo. Good evening to all. Thank you very much for joining me in this pre-recorded vlog, and see you tomorrow in my next vlog.